What's up, Internet? This is Ramblin' Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Today we have Chapter 9, A Grim Reunion. I guess that's referring to our reunion with Eliwood. We just kind of went to Kalen, and now we're going back, I guess? But those are just soldiers. Soldiers are easy to kill. Wait, I thought we were supposed to be going back to Cathalet. Oh, that's very uplifting music. Does that mean we found Eliwood? I guess so. It's good to have friends in high places. I think we can kill people well enough on our own, thanks. For whatever that's worth. So, now what? But the music went all serious. We can't go anywhere. There's people to kill. Isn't that why the music changed? That would be unfortunate. General Eagler. Okay, now, let's take a look at the map here. Where did these soldiers even come from? That's not south at all. So, not a huge map, but there's kind of a lot going on in this mission, and some of it isn't quite apparent yet, but one thing is, look at the notes for the right mission here. There's a fair number of reinforcements in this mission. Basically every fort has reinforcements coming out of it at one point or another, including down here, which is kind of strange, but... Does anyone ever come from this fort? Maybe. So anyways, I want to make sure, let's not use Urk, but we do want to use Matthew. Don't want to use Will, but I do want to use Wrath and Dorcas and Kent. There's a good reason for that. I did choose Matthew, right? Yeah, okay. Let's trade some equipment around. Urk, you give... Actually, oh no, I've got 2 spare swords. So give one to Matthew. Give another one to Sane. Give him the spare Iron Lance as well. Then I think I will give the hammer to Wrath, just to hold on to. Matthew doesn't have a vulnerary, does he? Interesting. But I think that's good for equipment. If nothing else, you probably want to bring Matthew regardless of whether you have been using him up until this point. And I'm not sure why he would tell you this after you have already chosen who you're going to be using. I'm not sure how thieves follow or can see through fog, but it is something that they have the ability to do. I guess I'll explain that a little bit later. This fellow is General Wallace, or Lord Wallace? Well, he just said he's Lord Wallace. Used to be commander of the Knights of Kaelin. Hmm. Well, he was blue, so clearly he's on our side. Like, he was blue on the battle map. Hmm. So, what's the verdict, Wallace? I'm pretty sure that's a gross generalization. Well, that's nice of you. Okay then. Uh, no, not really. Indeed. He asked me what his orders are, but I don't really get much of a choice in the matter. So, one of the big things that we learn in this mission is about promotion. We can see that Wallace is a level 12 knight. Now, the way that levels work in this game is they go up to level 20, but when you promote a unit, they change class, and they also go back down to level 1. They don't lose stats when they go back down to level 1. In fact, they gain a little bit of a bonus for promoting. But what that means is that once they change class, and that they can level back up to level 20 again. So there's essentially 40 levels that you have the ability to gain there. However, you have the ability to promote once you get to level 10. You don't have to go all the way to level 20. So Wallace, being level 12, he can promote right now. In fact, we have to promote him, because we're playing on normal mode and the game forces us to. If you're playing on hard mode, it doesn't force you to, but I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So in order to promote a character, you have to use a specific item, and what item you use depends a little bit on what class they are. So for Knight, we need to use a Knight's Crest, which, as it says, is used for Knights and Cavaliers. He happens to have one on him, so that's what we are going to use. He says all this, but we don't have any choice in the matter. Like I said, you don't have to. If you're playing on hard mode, you don't have to use it. But the fact of the matter is that there isn't really anything else you can use it for at this point. So just saving it doesn't really do you any good. But anyways, Wallace now promotes into a general. And look at those stats. They're nice and juicy. I'm not sure why that was the descriptor that I chose, but whatever. It is impenetrable. Now then, I want to talk a little bit about Wallace, because specifically I want to talk about his archetype. He's a little bit hard to classify, but the most obvious classification would be to call him a Jagan, and it's probably one of the more well-known archetypes in the Fire Emblem series. A Jagan is basically a character who comes pre-promoted. Wallace isn't technically pre-promoted, but you have to promote him as soon as you get him, so it might as well be. But more to the point, a Jagan is a character who comes with exceptionally good stats early in the game. So at this point in the game, these stats are really good. Specifically, 17 defense is ridiculous. But it's like a trap. For two reasons. For one, if you were to actually use Wallace at this point, the amount of experience he gets for combat, because he's promoted, is ridiculously low. So while another character might get like 20 experience for killing a guy, he'd probably get like 8. So he just kind of eats up all the experience. And traditionally, a Jagan does not have very good stat growth, so even if you do use him, long term they end up not being very good. Now Wallace is not technically a Jagan because his stat growths are not that bad. He's closer to a similar archetype known as an Oifi, which is a character who comes pre-promoted, is very good when you get them, but they do have decent stat growth. But the problem is that... Oh, there's Sarah. How should I put this? Lynn's mode is just about done. If you couldn't surmise that much? Why is she at 27 experience? That seems like an odd number to be at. Oh, whatever. What do I want to do here? Where's Wrath? Okay, I want to steal his weapons. Make him another meat shield. Okay, so what was I talking about? Right, so Lynn's mode is almost over. And after Lynn's mode is done, our characters kind of scattered to the wind for a little while. We get to re-recruit them all eventually, but Wallace doesn't rejoin again until very late in the game. And more to the point, there's actually a possibility, a very real possibility, that we might not ever see him ever again. So even if we did want to use him long term, he would be a decent character, but we don't really get the chance to level him up much by the time we possibly get him back again. And, like, it would make sense to put a lot of work into him at that late stage if his stat growths were really, really good. But they're not that amazing. And more to the point, we get another general / knight who's, I'm pretty sure, is better than him in most ways anyways. So, long story short, using Wallace is not the best idea. Although at this stage in the game, he is extremely effective as just a meat shield. Take away his equipment, put him on the front lines, no one's ever going to deal any damage to him. Except maybe a magic user. But even then, 5 resistance isn't bad. Not for this stage of the game anyways. So anyways, I've done a lot of chatting. One thing you might consider is putting Florina on the forts in the mountains here. Reinforcements come out of forts, but if you have a character standing on said fort, the reinforcements actually can't come out of them. So that's handy to keep in mind. That is Kent. Where's Sane? There's Sane. Send Sane up here. Now, I know they mentioned something about fog, but it doesn't seem like there's any fog in effect right now. Which is kind of strange. Is she equipped with the Manikadi? She is, okay. Let's just put Florina around here and leave it at that for now. Bunch of reinforcements, and all of a sudden we got ourselves a fight. Okay. Sane, you go up here. Kill some dudes. Oh, he actually hit me. Wow, another critical hit. We've gotten a surprising number of critical hits, considering that most of them are only like a 3% chance of actually critical hitting. Can I double tap this? No. Okay. Let's go like this then. Have that brigand come for Lynn. Actually, let's put Matthew over here. And Sane took some damage. Can I reach Sane this turn? I think I can. By utilizing the legendary duo of Niles and Sierra. Niles is almost level 3, which is not terrible. The things I do for a little bit of experience. Run all the way across the map just to heal 2 HP. And I think I'll leave it at that. More reinforcements, but those only last for a few turns. Wow, even with the Manikati, she can only barely do enough damage to kill this guy. And she missed, so it's like she didn't even succeed in that goal. Okay, and Matthew's still pretty weak, but he's a thief, that's to be expected. Oh, jeez. These reinforcements are coming out at the start of the enemy's turn, which means they get to move immediately. I think? Ah, there we go. So now we have the Fog of War. Let's actually put Florina over here and equip her with the Iron Lance. Now this, it functions much the same as Fog of War works in pretty much any game. It just serves to limit your vision. So that's a big reason of why Matthew is out here. If you were paying attention when I had him visit that village previously, you would have noticed that the old man was kind of explaining a little bit. Thieves, I don't know if he mentioned it, or if anyone mentioned it really, but thieves in particular have a very large view. They can see through Fog of War pretty effectively. I'm digging the change in the music here. I don't think I have anyone to heal at this point. So thieves can see really far in the fog, and he also got a torch. And torches further increase the... Oh. Now Saint takes damage. After I've already done Sarah's turn. I guess that was just dumb on my part. But a torch will increase how far a character can see in the fog. So you typically want to give those to thieves. But in truth, at this point, my objective is primarily to just hold my position here and have everyone come to me. So I think what I'll do is next turn I'll send Florina over here to start dealing with the guys on this side of the bridge. Wallace is not in any danger, he's just going to hold and sit there, but Florina is going to do all the killing. And I guess Lynn will deal with these guys. And of course, the biggest thing you have to be worried about in missions like this is keeping track of your enemies as best as you can. Because you can never really be 100% sure where they're coming from, or when they're going to pop out of the fog and you don't expect it. Ooh, critical hit. And that's especially important when it comes to your squishy characters. Such as Sarah and Nils. So you have to be pretty careful about them. Which is why I brought, this is the main reason why I brought Dorcas and Wrath and Kent with me, because they serve as kind of like spotters. If they get surprised, they're not going to just die immediately. And they can I can send them out ahead and get some vision for my squishier characters who don't have that advantage. So he... Okay. Actually, with both of these Cavaliers... Can I kill this Cavalier in one go? Yeah. Can I kill him with a sword? No. Lances are a little bit stronger than swords. Let's get both my lances on the top because this Iron Lance is about to break pretty soon. Ow. So he's done for now. Okay, so Sane's... Yeah, okay. Sarah should be able to heal him without fear of getting smacked in the face by the Cavalier on the other side of the mountain there. I think this guy could hit her, but Matthew should kill him. Luckily, Matthew is exceptionally swift. But that's, as I keep saying, his stats aren't surprising at all for a thief. I don't think Matthew can step up on the mountain, but I might as well see if I can. Oh, and now it's leveled up. Of course, he doesn't ever need strength or skill because he doesn't ever get the ability to attack. Lyn can't either. Go on mountains, that is. Okay, Florina. Let's start off by attacking this guy. 10 damage counterattack is pretty scary, honestly. I think I'm actually just gonna rescue her. As much as I want her dealing the damage, that's pretty risky. Because what's likely gonna end up happening is, if I left her there, one of these guys would go for her, and she would probably counterattack and kill them, and then the other one would go for her, and if both of them ended up hitting, she would die. It's not likely that that would end up happening, but it's not a risk that you should really take. Actually, I've held off on using the torch because I've been attacking with Matthew, but actually I should put this iron sword back at the top so I don't, once my current iron sword breaks, I don't start using the armor slayer. But now that I have a turn, I might as well use the torch. That's a bit of an obnoxious animation. I didn't realize that was so obnoxious. Let's actually send Wrath up here. There's a bunch of guys up there, so I could use some meat shields. Might as well send Dorcas too then, I guess. Oh geez, that's one soldier on the left is probably gonna get a shot at Sarah. Oh, no, not quite. Okay. Oh, and he's got a shot at Niles. I didn't think they would walk horizontally off the mountain. Things are getting pretty dicey up north. Oh, and he's gonna shoot at Sarah. And hit her. Thank God she's got so much HP now. Okay, how am I gonna swing this? Well, let's drop Florina off. Lyn can sit around. Wells can just sit here forever and be fine. Let's attack this guy with Matthew. I think reinforcements are actually done at this point. Oh, nice. Critical hit. So that means I was planning on using Niles to give him a second turn, but he doesn't actually need it. Wow, he's almost level 9. Okay. How should I do this? Well, first things first, I should kill this archer. And more strength for Sane. Goodbye, Iron Lance. You served me well. Actually, I could probably just sit Sarah there. You served me well too, Heelstaff. And then if I put Wrath here, no one can hit Sarah. And move Niles down a little bit. Let's play for Matthew. And I might as well attack this guy with him. Wow, he can actually almost kill him. Although, that counterattack is a little bit more unpleasant than I would have liked, but whatever. Thief, not much defense. More speed and luck. And I guess that's it for this turn. Wait, why is that guy running away? I guess he's planning on sitting on the fortress for a while? And hopefully this guy will actually die. Wow, I actually killed one without having to take a second turn because I missed one of my attacks. Finally, a little bit of strength. Thank the Lord. Oh, geez. Brigands can walk across the river? I mean, that's not surprising. I kind of knew that. Ooh. That's painful. But thankfully no one else should be able to be in range to attack Matthew, and Sarah is in range of that archer. Okay, so let's do this. Sarah, you can heal Matthew. I really need to heal Florina at some point, but she's not in as immediate danger. And Matthew, you can probably kill this guy. And good, dodge the counterattack. Like a good little thief. You can kill this archer, get a little bit of sword proficiency. Okay. Can Niles reach Sarah from here? She can. And now can you... She cannot reach Florina. She's still level 8. Heal up Florina. Okay, and things are starting to wind down a little bit here. Oh. Lynn, I was expecting Lynn to be able to take on that brigand, but she can't quite reach him? That's okay. Does he have a hand axe? No? Oh, he can walk over this mountain. Okay. I actually want him to go for Lynn, not Kent, so... And I think that's it for this turn. You shall never hurt Wallace. Wow, he hit me with a 21% hit chance. RNG. And apparently Lynn has an A proficiency with swords now. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't think it... Can it even go higher yet? You can get up to an S, but... Can Lynn get up to an S right now? I kind of don't think she can. Usually, you can't get up to S proficiency until you promote. But anyways... Give Sarah another shot at the healing of the things. Oh, she's almost level 7. Oh, she is level 7. She's almost level 8. Wow. Okay. And Florina is back in action. Unfortunately, she cannot quite kill this cavalier. But that's just as well, I guess. Actually, she's in a pretty dangerous predicament again. That's not good. Let's just have Sane ride out, see what there is to see. Oh, there's like a dude right there. Okay. Matthew, go kill this guy. What is he, level 8? Level 9, wow. Is Sane level 9 as well? He is. So Florina's actually a little bit behind. Trying to think if there's any really good way of removing pressure from Florina here, but I think it's just hope for the best. That's not good. I really should not have sent her out there. I thought she was a little bit more protected. But yeah, no, she's not. Oh, good. This guy is only going to do 4 damage, and he did hit. Okay, so I guess just hope there's no one else hiding in the mist. Ooh, oh man, that was close. That was really, really close. That was very uncomfortable. I don't like that that happened. Gotta pay a little bit more attention to these things. Florina's not doing so well this mission. I guess it's down to the fact that Pegasus Knights tend to be better at kind of utilizing their mobility to take out key targets and then retreating. Whereas this is more of like a free-for-all brawl kind of idea. And, well, that's not what Pegasus Knights do. At least Sarah's getting plenty of experience out of this one. I'm constantly surprised by how good she is doing on level. I mean, I guess it shouldn't be surprising because I'm making a very determined point to keep her in as much experience as possible. But it's still surprising. Usually leveling up healers is so hard, but it's going pretty darn well. Have we seen these guys before? These are Myrmidons. Or Myrmidons, however you pronounce it. I don't think we've actually encountered any of them previously. They're basically like thieves, but a little slower and a little bit stronger. That's basically it. And they don't have the ability to like steal and open chests and stuff. Basically, they can't use lockpicks. But they're very fast. They're basically Lyn. Lyn is basically a Myrmidon. Is what it comes down to. Let's see. Move Matthew up. I don't think there's anyone left, but I do want to be careful about that. Well, there's got to be those 2 soldiers standing by the castle. They're surely still alive. That's his proficiency. He's almost got a... Well, he's about halfway to a B with spears, and halfway to a C with swords. That's the sharp, edgedy, pointy things. Let's go a little bit closer. Are the soldiers not there? Huh. They probably are. They're probably standing here and here. And just slightly out of my vision. Yeah, there they are. Or one of them, anyways. I'm also a little surprised he went for Lyn. I would have expected him to go for Florina. I mean, that's what I was hoping for. Oh, that one did. I'm actually a little... Florina's dodging ability lately has been a little bit disappointing. I don't know if her luck or speed is a little bit lower than normal. Her speed seems fine. Luck seems good too. I mean, she's got pretty good avoidance stats. I don't know. I guess it's just bad luck. Now then, this is General Eagler. Does he have a javelin? Wow, he has a javelin and a hand axe. Okay. And he can be pretty tricky. 10 defense is pretty high, 5 resistance is pretty high, so he's kind of hard to kill. Your best bet against this guy is probably going to be the Monikadi. But more to the point, this guy is a paladin, which is a promoted version of a cavalier. And because of that, he's actually really good, as I mentioned previously, for boss abusing. So, yeah, Florina can hit him. Specifically, For one, he's a boss, and for two, he's promoted. And both of those... There's someone I could heal? Oh, right, Lynn. Okay. I'll do that next turn, I guess. So both being a boss and being promoted tend to give, like, extra experience. So even just attacking this guy can be worth a lot of experience. So abusing this guy is probably a good idea. And basically what that means is... Well, there's a couple of ways to go about it. But probably the best is just have him attack Wallace and kind of wear down his weapons. So his hand axe should be at 19 durability now. I guess, can Sane take some hits from him? He can. The problem is that both of his weapons are ranged. So, yeah. Basically what I'm going to be doing at this point is I'm going to take a whole long time and I'm just going to sit here with Wallace. Or how should I do this? Maybe instead of Wallace, I'll sit here with Sane and have Sierra do some healing. But the important thing to note is that Sane has to be 2 squares away and Sierra has to be 3. So basically Sane has to be here and Sierra has to be here. I think I'm going to go with that until Sierra's heal staff is down to like 5 uses. And then I'm going to switch Sane out for Wallace and have him take up the rest of the hits until Eagler's weapons are both broken. And then I'm going to run in some of my other characters and start attacking him and kind of taking him down slowly. And because he's sitting on this gate, he's going to be healing a little bit every turn. Which means that you can spend a really long time attacking him. So that's the plan. So I'm going to do that and see you when that is all good and done. Okay, so I would say that's about enough boss abusing for one day. I haven't shot up ridiculously in level, but I'd say it's a pretty good session. So Sierra's up to level 10, and she only has 5 left on her heal staff. I could have gone a little bit further, but I wanted to keep a little bit of durability around for the next mission. We are going to be able to buy heal staffs in the next mission, but just in case, you never know. Matthew, I used until I broke his Armor Slayer. So he's up to level 11, not doing too bad for himself. Sane, I broke his Iron Sword and his Iron Lance, and I started in on his new Iron Sword a little bit. I want to get him up to level 12, and also got him up to a C in Swords. That's something I made a point of trying to do. Florina, I got up to level 12. I broke her Iron Lance and her Javelin. And Lynn, I got up to... Well, she was level 10 already, so I guess I didn't get her up to level anything. But I did break her Lance Reaver, and she's almost level 11. I got Niles like a level or so, maybe a little bit more as well, just because. Why not? He's there, I might as well use him, right? But I'm pretty happy with the way things are right now. It's not super prudent to get super high level in this mission because the next mission provides a pretty good boss abusing opportunity as well. And in said next mission, there's actually shops, so you can actually buy as much equipment as you want. So anyways, now it's time to kill this guy with the Manikati. There's a whole bunch of dialogue by facing this guy with different units as well, so he says different things to Lynn and Sane and stuff, but they're all basically on the lines of, you know, oh, I gotta kill the imposter and all of that good stuff. Well, I guess at least he was pretty loyal, or seems like he was loyal in the end. And that should be a full level of experience because, well, he's a promoted boss. Those are worth a lot of experience. And still with the not going up of the strength. But she did get a little bit of defense, so that's something. So, get Niles a little bit of experience, but more importantly, Lynn can now seize the castle. A dead one. I like how Kent and Sane are like have some relation with. It seems like every like knight and leader guy in the entire. What would it be called? Not country. The entire region, anyways. So basically, not quite blackmail, but like, I guess it's more of like a hostage situation kind of deal. Well, she's very determined. Why is there fog over Castle Caelid now? You fiend? So what, does he know he's being poisoned then? Like, honestly, at this point, you might as well just frickin' stab him in the face. But anyways, that's about it for today, so I guess I will see you back here on the next episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Catch you later.